Hey guys, it's Allie or Allie. I'm going back in today to try a new foundation that everybody's been talking about. It is the Maybelline SUPERSTAY 24-Hour Foundation. Now this foundation is apparently full coverage and apparently lasts 24 hours. Who knows if that's true. I also will not be awake for 24 hours, so I will not know that that's true. So I'm going to be trying this out. I've heard mixed reviews from many YouTubers. I've also seen mixed reviews online saying that it causes breakouts and turns out a little too oily at the end of the day. So we'll be seeing if this actually is good. I have very dry skin, and usually full coverage foundations end up getting a little cakey and a little drier on my skin, so we're going to test that out today. So I ended up getting 102 Fair Porcelain in the Maybelline SUPERSTAY foundation. It's the lightest shade, and it seems pretty light. They don't have a great range of colors, at least at the local Rite Aid. They probably only had maybe about 12-13 shades, which is not great. I mean, Jouer just put out about 50 shades. They just added about 33 more today, which I am going to be buying. You know I'm going to be buying. And I believe that Fenty has around 52. So I'm not quite sure why there's not many, but of course it's a drugstore foundation, so they usually don't put out too many, but it's not really fair. So we're going to be putting this to the test. I am going to prep and prime my face, and we'll be right back. So this retails for about $12.99, which is kind of the higher end price range for drugstore foundations. Leaf Physicians formula is actually more expensive. They had a $15 one that just came out, which I actually do love, but this is kind of a higher end price range for what Maybelline is doing. Usually I believe they're around $12. This is, $13, so it's not terrible, but we're definitely going to be testing out if this is worth it, even for the $13 price range. So we're going to be going in with half of my face with a Morphe brush and the other half of my face with my Real Techniques blending sponge. Oh! Okay, it has a pump, which is nice. I don't have to like pour it out onto my hand or anything like that. It's not going to be super messy. You're going to be able to see how many pumps you use and be able to kind of measure out how much you need for your face. Go in with the brush side first. On this side of my face, I'm going to be using the M439 brush, which is a nice dense dome brush. So I'm just going to pump a little bit onto the back of my hand right here, and we'll see how it looks. Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay, so it has like a cream texture. It's not super liquidy, which is kind of nice actually. It's not running all over the place. I think I'm gonna work in sections, so I'm gonna start with my cheeks first and then do my forehead. So I'm just going to, ooh, okay, it's looks a little light in my lights. Okay, so I'm actually, oh, that's a lot. Okay, well, we're gonna make this work. So I'm just gonna blend this in. It seems to be covering a good amount. Ooh, oh God. Okay, that was like 1.5 pumps is a little bit too much for this. Oh my God! Okay, all right, we're gonna make this. This is definitely. Shit. So it's definitely full coverage. I'm still blending that 1.5 pumps into my face. It might be a little light, at least in these lights. It's definitely full coverage for sure, and you definitely have to, it seems like you can really work with it. It's not drying down super fast. I do have a lot of redness in my face because it's winter and it's cold out today, and I've also not gotten a lot of sleep, but it's looking pretty nice. I don't see any real clinging to any dry areas, which I'm kind of surprised about actually. You can actually see a huge difference with this side of my face and the side with the Fit Me foundation on it. You can see that like my under eye dark circles are really reduced, and especially like around here where there's darkness and dullness, it's really gone down, and it has actually a very nice glow in the lights. I kind of like it actually. that. I'm gonna go in on the other side of my face with my sponge, and I'm gonna only do one pump because it was definitely too much, and so we'll see how it turns out. Again, on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna smooth around or like do little dots on the side of my face just to get it where I want it to go. So I think I probably, well, so far, like the finish on the sponge side just a little bit more. I just feel like it's a little more blended out a little bit better. And I'm not catching on any dry spots, like, you know, even little fine dry spots anywhere. I think I like the texture. I'm definitely liking the way it's blending more on the sponge side. I just think it's a little more flawless, a little more like my natural skin. It's definitely pretty impressive what it's already doing just by itself with my dark circles and the darkness in my face. It's pretty amazing. Like, I'm honestly considering whether I need concealer or not, but I probably will go in it with it anyways, just because I'm definitely still a little dark under my eyes. But so far, so good. I've really been pretty amazed by what it's able to cover on my face. It's looking really glowy and really like alive, which I'm really amazed by for a full coverage foundation. It's full coverage, but it's like skin full coverage. I have a tail apparently. My kitty has decided to explore a little bit while I'm doing all of this, of course. I'm just gonna go over the brush side with my sponge just to kind of blend it out a little bit more. Just a little bit of dryness around my chin and kind of my mouth area, which has been really dry recently, but it is not clinging as bad as some foundations I have tried on usually do. It seems to be just kind of sitting a little bit on top of them. They're not crusting, they're not kind of getting all cakey, it just kind of sits on top. So it is a little bit better than usual full coverage foundations sit on my skin, but it is just sitting on top of it just a little bit where I can see it. So next, to finish the face, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Age Rewind in Fair. I have tried this before, but it was a long time ago when I didn't know as much about makeup, so I'm going to go and try it again and see how I like it with this and if it sits well on top of this foundation. Oh, there's a sticker. For some reason, I never seem to get these open easily. Oh, there we go, okay. So it is sealed, which I do like, especially for a drugstore makeup product. I always kind of get a little concerned with who's touching what and, you know, that kind of whole deal. Everybody's been really into this little squishy topped thing for this applicator. It's an applicator, the squishy top applicator for concealers, which again, I'm not really sure I like that much, just because I feel like product gets kind of dry and in it, and I clean it out every once in a while. But, you know, if this does help with application, I'm all for it, but oh my god. It is, oh wait, no. Oh, there we go, okay. I probably squeezed too much out, which you guys know I have a big problem about that, so we are going to see what happens. Seems so far that it's pretty much the same color, if not just a tiny bit darker than the foundation, so hopefully my brightening powder will, you know, brighten that up and lighten it up a little bit, but I'm just gonna blend this out and we'll see. So I'm actually really impressed with how it's blending in with itself. I totally forgot how much I liked this Age Rewind concealer, but now trying it out again, I am like, why didn't I go back to this? Why did I forget about this? So far so good. The foundation isn't oxidizing very much. If so, it's a good thing because it was a little bit too light for me, but it looks really nice now. But the concealer is blending so beautifully with this. I am shocked. There's no caking, there's no creasing under my eyes. It is so beautiful with this foundation. So now that it's blended out, I'm going to go in with my Becca brightening powder for underneath the eyes. I've been really liking this. It's so finely milled and it really is nice and brightening. It's not overly brightening. You're not going to get flashback or anything like that, but it is really nice and it sets the concealer so beautifully. I have been loving this. I'm going to go in with this and just set my under eye area, and I'll be right back. So these two together work really beautifully. I'm going to go set the rest of my face and finish the rest of my makeup, and I'm going to check in with you guys in a few minutes once that's all done and see how it's looking. A bit of cleaning to do, and my fiance's sister is coming over later so I can do her makeup before she goes out. So I'm going to do a few check-ins later and see how it's holding up, and we'll be right back. So I just finished on my face. This is the final look. I used a bunch of different new products that I've really been loving. I used my favorite so far, my Soft Glam palette, which is so beautiful. I finally got to test out one of the shades that I've been really wanting to try. It's the Sultry to try. It's this Sultry shade, which is so beautiful. It's a shimmer and kind of this reddish rose gold bronzy, which is so beautiful on the look, especially a smoky eye like this one. The foundation looks okay. Already, even in these lights right now, it looks pretty good. But up close, when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm starting to see a lot of dryness, especially around my mouth right here and kind of underneath my eyes, which those two are my driest areas, but it is starting to settle into all those little nooks and crannies. All the other products that I put on, my Anastasia blush, my Ofra highlighter, which is, look at that. It sits really well on the foundation. Highlight looks extra, oh my god. Okay. Foundation with other products looks really nice. They all kind of blend well together and it's not sitting on top of the foundation, so it's not like layer, 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 layer. But for me, the foundation is looking like something on top of my skin. Granted, I was just sick. I just got over a cold, so I am feeling a little extra dry. I'm playing with this a little bit more just to see if it's just today and my skin is just extra dry, but so far it is looking a little bit dusty. I feel like that's the best word to describe it, actually. So I'm going to do a check-in later on after I do some cleaning in the apartment where I'm going to definitely get sweaty, so we'll put that to the test. And I'm going to do another check-in later on once my fiance's sister comes over and we do a little bit of makeup. So we'll see how it looks in a few hours. Hopefully a little bit better. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Hey guys, so it's been about 2 hours. It's about 5 o'clock right now, and I'm doing my first check-in of the night. So far, it's actually looking better as time's going on. It's not sitting as much on the face as it did be when I first put it on, especially around here. It's definitely starting to settle better into the skin, which is very interesting. I feel like for people with oily skin, it honestly might not be a great idea, because if it's starting to kind of be more glowy and more moisturizing now after a few hours, it might start breaking up and getting too oily for those with the oily skin. So I'm not quite sure. I'll do another check-in in a few hours and we'll see how it looks then. But so far I'm liking it more than when I first put it on, so that's kind of interesting. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. So it's my final check-in. It's about 10 o'clock right now, so it's been a while, I believe like 6 hours or so, and I just wanted to check in and show kind of what's happening. I'm definitely getting a lot of caking, like right here and right here, and the rest of it looks okay. I don't see any accentuated pores, but you can see how it's settling all like right under my eyes. It's not looking very good, and like kind of where all of my little lines are, it's kind of definitely settling like a little in my eyebrows and stuff like that. Highlight is still great, it always is, but you can kind of see what's happening. It's definitely not covering my cheeks anymore, and I don't know if you can see, but definitely just like a little bit of cake. But you know what, it's honestly not as dry and cakey as I thought it would be after this many hours. So I mean, I will definitely play with it a little bit more before seeing if this is a part of my like permanent collection. But for now, not that bad. I'm definitely going to try more, and in the description below, I'm going to tell you guys what I think about it after playing with it a little bit more. But be sure to like and follow me to make sure you get all my next videos on all my new things I'm testing out, and to see what's happening in the world of makeup. Anyways, this is probably my last check-in, and I wanted to say thank you for watching, and I love you guys.